So two guys I thought looked good. Kyle Schwarber and JT. Now, we talked about JT. That home run is a home run in almost every ballpark except this one and one other. I don't love him in the 4-hole. I'm never going to kind of get over that old school baseball thing. But he looked good to start the year. And I think Schwarber looked pretty good running on the base pass. And obviously, you know, after Albies gets the 2-run home run off Ranger, comes back with the lead off of his own. And you kind of needed that in that moment. Like you needed some juice in that stadium. You didn't want everybody to kind of implode mentally. So I thought those two offensively looked pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody in that ballpark was miserable.
Yeah.
So once it went down 2-0, it was like, all right, that's a sweep.
We're down 3 games already. This team sucks
already. What are we even doing? And that's what Schwarber gives you. I think there's good arguments on both sides for him being the leadoff guy, not the leadoff guy. That was a moment where he shows you that, you know, it can really change the momentum right away, one swing.
Yeah, I saw something about JT, some nuggets on Twitter, actually, and it was, when you look at his weekend, as you mentioned, he was one of the bright spots. 300 batting average, home run, an RBI, a 417 OBP.
Could have been 2 home runs, yeah.
Should have, could have. A 1017 OPS, a 400 BAPIP. I know you guys love that stat. And then
Tyler's
83,
a big BAPIP guy.
He's a big BAPIP guy.
BABIP is one of the actual playable stats. It works.
And then his exit velocity was 95 miles per hour or more on, 83.3% of the pitches that he saw.
And I saw it was like, it might have been the 3rd hardest hit home run ever off a Sale by a lefty. Because I think it was like 114 or 115 miles an hour off the bat.
Maybe even second, I think.
Yeah, it might have even been second. So that's really good to see. And Ray in the chat says, Bohm impressed me too. I don't want to leave him out. I thought he looked pretty good this weekend too. So I think those 3 kind of stole the offensive spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, the first game, talking offense, and JT's been fantastic. I think he has the best numbers on the team. Going to defense and Bohm. First thing in the first game, you've got Bohm making a tremendous play. You've got Harper diving the grab a line drive. These are not the Phillies of a couple of years ago where the defense was awful.
Well, Trey Turner
was not great.
The play on Friday was routine. And the conundrum mentally with Trey Turner and his defense is he makes a play, like Tyler said before the show, where he goes across the middle, diving, spinning throw, puts it right on the money to Bohm. And you're like, damn. And then he botches a routine play on Friday. I thought it couldn't get worse this year. But starting off game 1 like that, I'm not going to lie. I had the mental conversation with myself like, oh, it can actually get worse.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is something he can write, and it's just between the ears.
Again,
I'm not too optimistic though.
Again,
it's one
sample size, right? Sample size again. That's my retort to anything that's wrong with the team right now. Sample size. We're just getting started.
Exactly.
Be better, Trey. Be better, Trey.
But yes, I know Kyle Schwarber, as we talked about, was definitely one that, first of all, he looks better. I know he's been he had been dealing with some knee puffiness last season on and off, just being healthy, even though he didn't have any procedures or anything in the off season. Did have some procedures, did have some, it's just like a lifestyle change overall to be skinnier and just see, because of that, a better overall weekend from him. 231 batting average, a 231 OBP, slugging at a 462. At the plate looked good, moving a little bit faster. And yes, as Tyler drops and reminds us, because Hypothetical Man is saying we get on Tyler, but he's right sometimes. He's usually right most of the time. That Kyle Schwarber's home run was the 3rd hardest hit ball of Sunday. Kyle Schwarber, as we talk about, usually starts off the season pretty slow, and not just in his running speed. But he was a bright spot. Alec Bohm was a bright spot. Definitely JT. JT's, I feel like, super steady. There were some moments that you could see, like, okay, you know what? There's glimpses of things that are some positive takeaways, and there's glimpses of things that are not good, but super fixable, especially since it's only opening weekend.
Okay, so here it is. Also, in addition to being the 3rd hardest hit one, Kyle Schwarber's home run had an exit velocity of 114.4, the 4th hardest of his career, and hardest off of a left-handed pitcher for him. It's also the 2nd hardest home run anyone has hit off Chris Sale. The only other one to beat it was Aaron Judge